What did you and Robert get up to? Jason looks awfully sheepish. He'd like to think things are fine. Just hanging out. Somehow, pretending things are fine feels like a small bit of control to you. At any rate, you can't bear to hear Jason talk his way out of this. Do you know this guy, James? Yeah. Jason's dad is friends with James' dad. Oh, so you grew up together? Jason responds no further. Maybe he didn't hear what you said, or... He's got a lot of fucking nerve ignoring you right now. Ooh, free internet. Ooh, a sizzler. A sizzler greets you from across the lot, beckoning with its promise of unlimited potato boats, meatballs and taco shells, hard-boiled eggs, and garlic bread. Do you hesitate to look directly? You can see someone in this room. They appear to be sitting on a bed. You've ridden past this motor inn before, but never gone inside or even seen it up close. The building is both nicer and more broken down than you expected, with spotty bits of renovation and decay. You're reminded of family vacations in Florida when Dad was around. You would have had an incredible time exploring a place like this, chasing lizards in the overgrown brush, huffing dryer sheets in the laundry room, and watching HBO in the oversized beds. You can barely stand to look at Jason after what you've seen. When your eye finally settles on him, you're disgusted to find him looking out to the parking lot boredly. Does he feel nothing? Robert seems eager to enter the motel, ignited by the new direction the night has taken. This door has been painted many times, giving its surface a rough, clay-like appearance. The curtains in this room are completely closed, blocking the room from view. We'll save here again. You'd say the most hurtful thing possible to Jason right now, if you only knew what that might be. It's a good thing you don't. So is this James a nice guy? I don't know about that. But he's cool. Cool. What's up, douchebags? Hey, James. Welcome back. Hi. I'm Mara. Right. Pleasure to meet you. How bored of these guys are you? No, they're fun. Don't be a dick now. I'm just kidding. There's beer, kids. Help yourself. You too, Jason. Don't be shy. Jason mumbles something indistinct before taking a seat. He seems to be in a sour mood. You wonder, resentfully, what he has to be upset about. Yep, that sounds like the same character we've been controlling for much of this game. Jason is crouched in the corner of the room with a glazed and distant look on his face. He's only responding in grunts to the other guys and talking very little himself. Robert appears to be in a good mood, casually downing his beer while he chats away. James is a tall man of slender build, with a lazy and effortless smile. His hair is slicked back, rigid with a product you can smell from here that isn't entirely unpleasant to you. You notice that James is keeping an eye on you as you move about the room, even when his attention seems to be on the boys. When you return his glance, he flashes you a smile. Gross. The nightstand holds an ashtray with cigarette butts, a phone, and a small assortment of crumbs. A single dingy pillow sits on the motel room floor. In the center of the room is a bed, big enough for 2 adults. James has clearly already slept in it since the last time it was made. The artwork in this room features boats, palm trees, and tropical birds, evoking feelings of pleasure, adventure, and escape. Well, this one's abstract shapes, I think. The dresser is comparably unblemished compared to the other furniture in the room. You can only guess this is because it gets the least use. A duffel bag full of clothing has claimed this corner of the room, with a shallow moat of dirty laundry surrounding it. The sight of this pile awakens an odd, inadequate feeling in you. These are the possessions of an adult packed with the knowledge of what is needed to leave home, a knowledge you do not possess. You suddenly perceive the immovability of your own life. You remember every failed attempt to run away, every empty threat of self-determination. The fact that you wouldn't know what to do with your own freedom has never been clearer. The floor is lined with commercial-grade carpet, stained in places, though regularly vacuumed. A corded telephone sits on the nightstand. There's so many things to observe in this room. Lamp? A pair of matching lamps is attached to either side of the bed. Window? The curtains are mostly drawn, letting in only a small view of the parking lot outside. Door? This door leads out to the parking lot. TV? The centerpiece of this room is the antenna TV, with a pretty generously sized screen and the promise of HBO. Trash can. The trash bin is filled with crumpled papers, cigarette ash, takeout food containers, and crushed cans. I think we've looked at basically everything we possibly could. Ceiling? The ceiling has a popcorn texture that is meant to deaden noise between rooms of the motel. It also most likely contains asbestos. Wall? The motel room wallpaper is stained and yellowing with highly visible seams that are lifting away from the wall. If you were alone, you would not be able to resist peeling away at it. Pillows on the bed? No, okay. We've exhausted the amount of detail available. It looks like everything. You want to take a dirty sock? It would be rude to touch James' clothing without his permission and very strange to ask for it. Pillow? The pillow doesn't seem like the best place to sit, with everyone gathered on the other side of the room. Yes, I am stalling. There's nothing of interest inside or on top of the nightstand. You're wise enough to know that at least 500 cockroaches live behind any of these pictures, just waiting to disperse if you should lift the frame. Peering through the curtains, you see a small number of parked cars, mostly belonging to the motel tenants. In a distant, adjacent lot, you can see the forms of two men having an argument. Oh, interesting detail. Though you can't reach the ceiling from here, you have a near-perfect estimation of what it feels like. Though there are a few things you enjoy more than sitting and picking at hotel wallpaper, you're just too self-conscious to do it in front of the boys. Curious as you are to know if Curb Your Enthusiasm was on, you'd be way too embarrassed to turn on the TV in James' room. Even though he clearly hasn't loaded them with his possessions, you don't think James would appreciate you rooting around in the dresser drawers. You don't think digging through the trash will make a good impression on James. What's the matter? Stay a while. I don't know, let's talk to people. You ever been to this hotel before? Huh? What'd you say? Never mind. This exchange heats your blood instantly. How dare Jason ignore you when he's already been so mean? Retroactively, you start tallying all the ways Jason has been a dick to you tonight, until you can find nothing in your heart for him but contempt. And to think, if only he'd heard your benign question and responded benignly, you would have been forgiving him already. You okay, Mara? Oh, yeah. Don't worry about me. Good, good. Let's all just have a good time, okay? Mara, right? Yeah. I can tell you're a cool girl. What are you doing with these losers? Come on. I mean it. You're way too good for them. If he's being serious, James is sorely mistaken. You suddenly feel bad for deceiving someone older than you who ostensibly lived an exciting life. Why don't you sit here, Mara? I want to ask you something. And same exchange with the other two. Well, it seems we're getting kind of boxed in. We'll just take the motel again. Mara, is it? Yeah. So, what are you into? Let's give the honest answer. Well, I like to write. Shut up. Are you a poet? Would you write a poem about me? I mostly write long-form stories. I do a little poetry, but I can't really do it on the spot. But you like to party? Oh, sure, who doesn't? Ha! Who doesn't? That's a good point, Mara. Very philosophical. How do you know these guys? I met them at school. Well, technically not at school, like outside of my school. Gotcha. You have pretty eyes. Oh, thank you. You're struck by how easy it is to accept James's advances. Is it possible after everything you've been through, you're more confident? Or could it be that you and James have real chemistry, less complicated to navigate than your fraught connection with Jason? Maybe things can be easier. Come here. I want to see you. The following scene features unwanted sexual advancement and a single pointed homophobic slur. Oh, damn. At first it feels good to kiss James, but as his breath quickens, the scent of cologne mingles with the sickly smell of drink. His muscles tighten around you as his movements grow more forceful. You're beautiful. Thank you. Let's kick these little boys out. I want you. Sorry, I can't. Don't be scared. It'll feel good, you'll see. Good lord, how does everyone on Earth know you're a virgin? I'm not scared. It's just... I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. I'm with Jason. Is that so? Yeah. Are you sure about that? 'Cause I've seen him around girls. I'm pretty sure he's playing you. Come on, guys. It's the booze talking, you know? Shut the fuck up. Mara, you know Jason at all? Yes. Do you really know him? Don't kid yourself, sweetie. Leave her alone. Why'd you kiss me then? You kiss me. Please. Shut up. She's a real tease, Jay. Shh, fuck you. Fuck this fucking asshole. Everyone calm down. Fucking bitch. Straight edge faggot. You deserve each other. Smoke. Ah, kid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What are you sorry about? For a moment, you wonder if Jason feels anything at all. You did something to hurt him, and you saw his anger with your own eyes. He must be upset. He must. Please don't cry. Don't. You hear the snag in his breath, a stumbling tone of voice. There it is. Still, what did upsetting him get you? You only feel worse. I'm just so confused right now. I don't know what I'm doing. He's seen you in distress before, but it was accompanied by the thrill of discovery. No longer. All the questions between you and Jason have been asked. There's nothing left except what to do with the answers. Mara, I never should have brought you here. I'll drive you to the station. This all feels very final. If you get out of the car, will you ever see Jason again? That thought is unbearable. You'd be leaving a piece of yourself with him. Is it possible, in spite of everything, that I've fallen in love? Isn't Love's supposed to land sweetly, euphorically? How could its very introduction hurt so much? What's on your mind? What does he care? You really want to know? Yes. No, he doesn't. He wants everything to be fine. Just tell me, Mara. I don't know. I I wish we could be more honest, and I can't do this. The air is stiffening in my throat. I could barely inhale, let alone claw back the composure in my voice. You could have said if you didn't like me. I do like you. Then why won't you just be with me? It's just hard for me to, you know... Yeah. Yeah, Jason. It's hard for you. Do you know how much I want to hate you? I'm hurt in ways I didn't even know existed. For so long, I felt unwanted for how different I was. And you know what? I was fine with that. I'd accepted and learned to live with it. In my own way, I was proud of it. But through you, I've learned something, a truth I'd never wanted, that I'm exactly the same as other people, nothing more and nothing less. I'm just another girl. He can't even muster enough feeling to dislike me, to let me go. That's how little he cares. If it's so hard for you, then why am I the upset one? I hate that you're upset. Look at me, Mara. Don't look away. There she is. Hey. You know, the first time I saw you, I'll never forget it. You were just... Don't do that. What am I doing? I'm trying to tell you something. You don't have to sweet-talk me just because I'm crying. It's not like crying even makes me a good person. Maybe I am just as wretched as you think I am. That isn't what I want to say this because I mean it. And maybe you don't want to hear it, but... Can I say it? Say what? The thing I want to say. Sure, Jason, whatever. Just fucking say it. You are a nice girl, Mara. I know you try not to be, but you're sweet. You look for what's good in people. And I wanted to be around you because I liked that. I don't have anyone like you in my life. Fucking liar. I don't believe you. About what? You really think I'm stupid? That's what you mean by sweet and nice. If I meant stupid, I'd say that. You're way smarter than me. That's obvious to everyone. I'm not talking about everyone. It's obvious to me you're a smart, wonderful person. Okay? Fuck you. You're reprehensible. I didn't love you when I met you. I could tell you were scum. It's true, I looked for the good in you. Because I'm as stupid as you say. Why did you do this to me? What did I do to you? Fucking... all of it. You talked to me, you invited me places. Told me I was cute, you kissed me. But you didn't even want me. I never got to tell you how I felt. You made me push it down whenever it tried to surface. You broke my heart for no reason. You did it for fun. Cool. So I'm just an asshole, and you won't tell me why. You know, I thought we were having fun. Was there a gun to your head when we hung out? Didn't you want to hang out with me? Jesus. So you just hate me? Yes. Hate me then. That's fine. You feel a sharp drop in your chest. Your feelings for Jason, good or bad, don't matter enough to affect him. Your love is orphaned, left for dead. I really don't get what you're mad about, but I'm sorry, alright? I hate arguing like this. So that's it. It's not even worth it to Jason to argue with you. I really annoy you that much? I'm just some minor character in your life, aren't I? Just passing through, right? You use people. What am I to you, Mara, huh? Just some funky older guy driving you around, making you feel special? What the fuck do you know about me? You don't understand a thing. You don't tell me anything. That's not what we're doing, you and me. What are we doing, then? Mara, I'm really trying not to be mean here. Just look at me, please. You're such a sweet thing. Sweeter than I'll ever be. Please don't hate me. I don't hate you. I never could. Mara, don't. You know this isn't what I want. What you want. What is it you think you're holding on to? Do you think this is love? He's warm, yes. Those are his arms around you. That's his chest rising and falling. But it's all just syrup at the bottom of a glass. The last remnants of what once seemed endless. Even as the tide draws back, as the water grows colder and more shallow, you scramble for one final immersion. Is it over? It doesn't feel like it is. A great confusion weighs on you. You can't compare last night to anything. It stands alone, an impenetrable island. If this moment is a jumping point to something else, you can hardly imagine what it might be. Jason is not yours. He won't be yours. In the fresh light of day, you know it. But now, you also know how you feel. You're certain you do. And you can't stop feeling this way. In this sense, you suppose, something is yours. The space that's been filled in your heart can never be emptied. Not by Jason or anyone else. But it hurts. The thing that occupies your heart. It forms its own shape, clumsy and unaccommodating, rending fibers once untouched. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah. Something I hadn't really drawn attention to, but my own commentary on this whole LP is the writing. I'm really enjoying it in this moment. I think something really clicked for me the moment that it was made really clear to the viewer, to the reader, to the audience that the narrative voice has been Mara's this whole time. That it is reflective of her being a writer. Something that I really hadn't let become a foreground element in my mind. I knew it, and it would come up anytime we interacted with the fantastic fiction forums. But it becomes like a real part of her character, realizing that it's been present in the focus this entire time. It's a nice touch, I think. Okay. We wanted to be part of a preservation effort. Let's see if anything is happening with that this morning. You're hit with a strange feeling online today. It's as if you've come home from battle, from some great defining event that's changed you. Nothing looks the same. None of these people know you. They know not what longing pierces your heart, and they never can. You log off in a trance-like state, trying to make sense of what you seemingly left behind and whether or not you'll miss it. So be it then. We've got a not-for-resale vinyl to pawn off in exchange for something I guess we'll have to gift wrap and hand to our brother. Timothy is looking unusually calm and approachable with his giant bowl of cereal. There's a festive air about him. Let's save. Let's save. First night of Hanukkah, eh? Yep. I'm excited. Me too. I left the O's at the counter. There's enough for a Mara-sized bowl if you want it. Okay. Thanks. Sure. Don't mind if I do. Girl, I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything the last 2 days. You lovingly pour the rest of the mostly intact O's into a plastic cereal bowl. A half gallon of 2% milk is waiting nearby on the counter. You had enough to make the cereal bits swim. I wonder where Mom's at. God, this is so good. I know. It reminds me of being little. Sitting here without a care in the world. Yeah. I used to sit here and not worry about a single thing. Except maybe you coming in and taking the TV away. Timothy doesn't seem to have heard you. What are you doing today? Not much. I'm gonna finish wrapping presents, maybe watch a few Christmas specials. The Grinch? You know it. This reminds you. You better get your own presents wrapped today. Did you get a look at Mom's presents for us? No? Mom's crazy. She still gets 8 presents for each of us. Dollar store stuff, but still. I told her not to bother this year, at least not with mine, but... And that's why I've been saving so much. She still sees us as kids. Yep. Anyway, they're all piled up in front of her room if you want to see. You know, guess the shape, test their weight. Okay, I might do that. Trying to set an example for Timothy, you very maturely place your cereal bowl in the sink, where, somehow or another, at a later time it will be cleaned. Yep, that's the mature example. Let's go ahead and save over that. That was all good, I think. So, okay, let's remember to follow through on something I was thinking about. What's that? Never mind. If you don't know, it's not yours. It could be mine. Let me see. Oops, I put it back in my pocket and it crumbled to dust, sorry. Jesus. It was worth checking. I really wonder what that's gonna be about then. Do we wanna? I guess whatever. Oh. Oh god. You see it all. But You saw nothing. You were at school. Mara, it's an emergency. How can I sleep in this bed? There you are. Trying to peek at the presents, eh? She found him. She saw it all. Haha. You caught me. Even now, it doesn't seem real. You just take Mom and Timothy's word for it. The ones who saw it. Mom's face, backlit with holiday cheer, is nonetheless shrunken, emaciated from some permanent wound. There's a knowing quality behind her eyes, a cogent awareness of the unremovable stain. Well, scram, kid. We'll do presents at sundown. Man, alright. Is that one a DVD? Sundown. Oh, hi, Lily. Make sure you're home by sundown, Mara. Sure. Hey, Mara! Happy Hanukkah! Thanks. It's technically not Hanukkah until sundown, but... You want to hang out before that? Sure. That is, if I'm allowed to. I said, if I'm allowed to. Remember when you didn't let me hang out on Sukkot? Nope. Well, do you have a problem if I go out today? What do I care? Alright then. See you at sundown. Why, it's Lily! Your presumption that she'd never want to see you again is, once more, for the 10th or so consecutive year, dashed to the rocks. God. Alright, well, let's see where we're going. Is it finally time to return to the wilderness? Listen, I have shrooms. What? Mushrooms. Like magic mushrooms? Duh. Want to take them and walk around? With me? Are you sure? What? Wouldn't you rather do drugs with, like, someone cool in your life? What the hell are you talking about? I know I'm not the most fun friend. I know I'm annoying. Well, stuff like this is definitely annoying. Sorry. You think I have no reason to hang out with you? What about the fact we've been friends since first grade? What about when we wrote that song about my parents' anniversary? What about when I farted in your face on the way up the gym stairs and you picked your nose and ate it in front of me? Christ, Lily. And you saw my stepdad hold me in the air and spank me? I pulled down your pants and saw your Beauty and the Beast underwear? Those things are really embarrassing. That's the point, Mara. We're still friends. Who else can I say that about? What if we accidentally overdose, like the girl in the Eminem song, My Fault? Well, you only take one dose. What if I'm too high to remember I'm high and I accidentally take more? Mara, I don't even have enough for us to take more. Besides, it tastes bad. You won't need any more than you have to. Here's yours. These mushrooms are withered and practically weightless. As with all fruiting fungi, their fleshy stems and radiating gills are strange and repulsive to you. It'll be fun. I promise. Okay. Lily empties her share of mushrooms into her mouth. She chews clinically and mechanically, no hint of enjoyment or revulsion on her face. And if it's not fun, we just go inside and sleep it off. Well, I ate mine. Mara? Alright. I'm gonna barf. It'll be over in a second. It tastes so bad. You baby. Here, take my soda. Chew and swig. After an agonizing few minutes, you choke down the final crumb. Please, by all means. What am I supposed to feel? Dunno. Never done shrooms before. What? But you know, it's a psychedelic. So it makes nature, like, a bigger deal. Things move differently, and you notice things you hadn't before. That's what I've heard. Alright. Also, don't be nervous. Whatever state you're in, you'll get a more intense version of that. Okay. You sit in silence for a long time. A vague sick feeling creeps into your guts. You wonder if you're going to throw up, but before long, the feeling subsides. In its place is a mild, humming euphoria. The ocean is crashing with greater intensity than usual. You wonder, at first, if the sea is behaving angrily. But then you notice that the sky is acting out with a similar intensity, directing its violent breeze in a common direction. The sand, too, is animated by displeasure, quaking and rising and descending at a granular level. You reason that if the ocean is angry, it's in good company. The earth and the air are working with it harmoniously. Their anger is productive. There is movement to be made, a project to be done. It seems glaringly obvious that you and Lily are part of that project. Let's walk. Okay. Oh, such a good detail. Sweet, brave Lily, determined to navigate a richer plane of life than your own. In truth, she deserves the spoils of her courage. You are accepting and even relieved that the world can offer her so much. You gaze lovingly into the hearth, man-made snare of the mighty fire. What a species you are! How the flame completes your world! And yet, with a greedy touch, it threatens to take it away, to consume it all. The calmness of the waves is almost taunting in this moment. You are searching for their violence. The clouds beckon siren-like, ever fast in their journey through the heavens. You dare not follow these friendly travelers, at least not with anything but your eyes. The trees stand stark and bare like soldiers on the battlefield. They are able rooks in the chessboard challenge of land versus the sea. Neon white snow blankets the sand, though it tapers off where the ocean battles its forces. They are locked in a constant struggle, this ocean and snow, battling for dominion wherever land meets the sea. The dune vegetation, though dormant, still gives the appearance of an impenetrable brush. It has no doubt refined this performance over countless millennia. You feel fortunate to be alive to witness such an illusion. Okay, and the driftwood. It's the place where you, Mara Whitefish, conducted your first experiment with drugs. Though it only happened a short while ago, you already feel a rift between that version of yourself and the current one. In a way, you were almost wistful for that former self. The blameless girl who had never altered her mind. Of course, you did drink pop rocks and coke one time, with similar intent. How long, then, have you been moving in this direction? You feel overwhelmed and nauseous with the question, and quickly shift your focus. Okay. We walk around. We look. The ocean is heaving more forcefully here, almost like a strained and murky respiration. Rocks. Ancient rocks, repurposed by man to recreate the boundaries of private property. With the lightest touch, these barriers and the private greed they represent could come down. They are not strong, not even by the standards of a kid who eats Hot Pockets and never exercises. Ghostly footsteps point to the sea, seemingly never reversing direction. These marks have all but iced over in the cold air. Simon's house, the monolith. All that is strong and true is manifest in its geometric structure. The more you see of these rickety old fences, the more commonality you feel with them. They are only suggestions of a claim to space, a boundary to be honored that is mostly ignored by man and animal alike. The shore peeks back at you with annoyance from here. Why not come closer if you're so curious? The door's locked. Simon is either out or asleep. This is for the better, I think. But nonetheless, I had to try. Lily? No reflection appears in the filthy, matted glass of the old hotel. But on close inspection, an entire ecosystem of mineral, plant, and animal life has occupied the smooth surface, creating a vertical microscope slide of earthly cells far preferable to your own image. Still, this far in, I'm occasionally seeing the lowercase a's as lowercase o's. As you approach the decrepit ruins, you witness a half-second flash of the hotel's former majesty, shimmering fabrics, elegant music, immaculate tableware, before it all reverts to dust. Actually, this vision is quite similar to the one Old Rose has of the ship's wreckage in Titanic, 1997. You may, in fact, have just been thinking about the movie. In your current state, the weight of the sign is somehow both swelled and diminished. Such commands are not laid down lightly. And yet, who can make such an order? Certainly no one less human. No less vulnerable or faltering than yourself. Snow sits like frozen compost in this section of the dunes, gradually melting its rich nutrients into the sand below. Hold on. There is something I did not consider trying. Have you ever been inside? No. You? Yeah. A long time ago when I was a kid. Oh. Is this stupid then? Mara! What? Why would it be stupid? Nothing's stupid. You're right. Fuck, what am I so worried about? Wow. You make your way past an empty foyer to a place where the ground is soft and swampy. You see what appears to be a sunken floor, a conversation pit, to borrow Simon's explanation. In another moment, you realize this must be an indoor pool. Once upon a time, the Tides Hotel was going to be a year-round destination. A plan was made to sustain the local economy during its harshest months. Or so you've heard. Clearly it didn't take. Even in the late 80s, when you were very little, it was practically empty by October. In its heyday, the Tides was a haven for the Jewish population of the state, a petri dish for music, comedy, and culture that connected the population. Dad would reminisce about his trips to the island with your grandparents. It's why he ultimately dreamed of living here. In the culmination of his childhood desires, he moved here with Mom and Timothy one early October. You were born 2 weeks later. Great. Okay, well there's something I needed to do really quick, not related to the game, so get that out of the way and we'll get back here. You alright? Yeah. I was just thinking about my dad. Oh, sorry. It's okay. It's a beautiful place to die. The island, I mean. I think so too. My granddad wanted to die here. Like, specifically in this pool. Haha, I was gonna ask. Where did he die? In the wicker armchair of his Florida room. So you snuck in here before? Yeah, when I was like 12. Who'd you go in with? Myself. Is it like you remember? Sort of. It's been vandalized more. But it's still so warm. I remember it being very warm inside. Kind of like a greenhouse. It's so warm. The sun hits those windows. And it's just been warm all this time, Mara. Why did we never hang out here together? I don't know. The initial buzz of the high has begun to subside. You are no longer putting a sizable amount of effort into viewing images and perceiving sound. Instead, your thoughts are bathing in a sweet tranquility. What are you mad about in this world? Who are you mad at? Mara's life, this entire last year, has just been up and down, up and down. Very, not manic depressive. I guess bipolar is probably the more fair way to put it. Just genuinely a lot of, like, things are alright/great. Oh, it's advancing on its own. Oops. Well, it's as if something has been destroyed, but not in any sort of violent way. On the contrary, by the lightest touch imaginable. You are ready to begin. Do I dare? I kind of do want to see what I missed. Luckily, I overwrote the high save, so I don't have to walk anymore. Who are you mad at? What do you hate about yourself? The calibration suddenly falters. It's as if something had been destroyed. Okay, so that was not too much that we missed. But I did miss the connecting point between those questions, and it had been as if something was destroyed. Okay. Let's save... Just to be safe, let's save again. There's a different save. Eating mushrooms does not diminish your healthy revulsion to fungus and its many successes. As such, you avoid touching just about any surface in this room with your hands. The floor is indecipherably busy with garbage and rot. An uncluttered vision of your own life is similarly obscured. One would simply not know where to begin. A loving array of graffiti invites your attention to the pool. Though you can't quite make sense of the meaning of these images, you grasp the implied intimacy of marking a place so private. It could be that the architects of this veneer were crying out with something unsayable or otherwise unhearable to the outside world. Veneer? I just realized I read that as veneer, which is a different word, unless that was a typo? Oh no, veneer. You know intrinsically that this passage, leading to the rooms of the hotel, is not yours to cross. This knowledge brings you to thoughts of Jason and the unbreakable boundaries between you. What once was frightening, the touch of his skin against yours, is now a subject of deep longing. So, too, does this crossing haunt you with a promising but unreachable end. The windows appear to be inviting sunlight in the world beyond, though you can't be sure what portion of frosted film, or texture of mildew, you're seeing. The sum of all these images, regardless of their composition, are vivid and moving beyond compare. A series of beams creates support in an otherwise glass room. Through them, you see the opacity of your own being, cold, discreet, and necessary. A handful of surprisingly intact lounge chairs are staggered near the pool. Such insignificant, replaceable ephemera have somehow weathered the onslaught of time better than their sturdier, more thoughtfully devised fixtures. You enter a mournful state looking at the skewed configuration of what was once perhaps a chandelier. Dreams of Jason and a love that was similarly lopsided and inscrutable fill your vision. How could a feeling so strong perish so gently, like a sparrow hitting a window? You exhale a familiar sound, the whimpering sigh and anguish wanting that once echoed in the space between your every kiss. Oh, Jason. Could you hear it? It's you, Mara Whitefish, a single cell of the greater human organism. So frantically the creature swarms, each subunit in brief pursuit of the same end, the same small yearnings, until the moment it perishes, flicks out like a dot on a screen. You are quite at peace with this reality. It's not that your life is insignificant, it's just a small moving piece of the most significant creature in the known universe. Man is, after all, the inventor of significance. So what could possibly matter more? You find comfort in, at least momentarily, accepting the greater organism and all its defects. This would mean that you yourself are acceptable, that you can't possibly exist outside of this faulty and forgiven beast, no matter how you try. Every so often, the text box disappears after a description, and this scene is so busy that for a split second I think Lily's gone. And I look over and there she is. She's still there. I had another idea. Yeah? We could listen to some music in here. I have my portable player. Cool. I burned the CD on my computer. It's just one song over and over. Which song? It's called 02.mp3. I created it and put it in the folder like you said. Which folder? The main one, where everything is. Ah. You named an audio file 02.mp3 and put it in the game's main folder. Okay, folks, let's do what she says. What have I got? What is a good what is a good Oh, you know, this is nice, but it's an OGG file, so I'm gonna have to go into Audacity. I'm gonna have to export it as an MP3. But that does mean I can name it the way I want through Audacity. How convenient. Go to my Perfect Tides folder. 02.mp3. Love to make a lossy file even lossier by converting it from one lossy format to another. Game? You mean the folder with my music in it, right? Right. That one. And not a single crime was committed. Nope. But you know what the song is really called, right? Yes, I do. Your favorite. Well, are you ready to play it? Let's jam. Alright. You're gonna dance with me, right? I wasn't planning to. Come on, Mara. When you think about it, and in this current state you're thinking about it, Lily asks very little of you. In exchange, she's the coolest person to ever call themselves your friend. Alright, but only for you. Mara? Aww. Please don't be super loud. It probably won't be. I've been practicing in the mirror at home. Here goes. Oh, this is really cute. Oh my god. You can do it too. No, I can't. Here, follow me. Haha. Shit. Kick ass. You're gonna have to learn. Let's go. That's just bouncing. Don't overthink this. Just do your own thing. I can't believe she started to do the Macarena a bit ago. Oh my god, the hood falling over! Another brief flashing lights warning coming up, and again, you'll know it's over when the music ends. Yes! Well, I've mostly come down. How about you? Yeah, I'm getting back to normal. I really love you, you dumb bitch. I love you too, you whore. That was wonderful. I'm so glad I pulled a file I had that was already trimmed down to a loop. That was Instructional VHS by fluidvolt. I'll go ahead and put a link down to, I think, her. I don't know for certain, but I'm gonna hop on she, her. Is my guess. I'll put a link down to her SoundCloud in there. Something I was not expecting to end up having to do. But you know, you make impromptu decisions. When the game tells you, hey, you can put any music file in the game folder, and it'll play it immediately. Please do go listen to fluidvolt stuff. It's some of my favorite music I found on the internet. If you want a real recommendation, pull up Hillside Saunter. It's my favorite. Alright. It's you, Mara Whitefish. You lived on Perfect Tides for all 16 years of your life. This coming year, you intend to get back to your writing. But it won't be the same. A new approach is forming at the edge of your consciousness. You have a greater sense of what is to be feared in other people, yet you're less afraid than ever to confront it. It's possible you're no smarter than last year, because you still want to give yourself completely to love, to be forged in its flame, torn apart by every fracture. This is your story. You've been writing it all this time. I wonder. I really wonder. One more time? No, it's still locked. Now is not the time. God, that was such an amazing sequence. I'm so glad I finally stuck it out with this game. Hey, wait a minute. I never got that gift. I never picked up those tapes. Surely Mikey's packed up for the night again. Why'd I walk this way around? Yeah. Well, it's only the first night of Hanukkah. It's not necessarily too late. It's not necessarily too late.